guys? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. My name is Annie. I welcome you to come into these tarot readings with an open heart, an open mind, and a desire to better yourself. This is optional advice or guidance meant to motivate you, empower you, inspire you, and offer you confirmations on things that you are already thinking and feeling and sensing. If you don't resonate with the material that comes through, please push those messages aside. They may resonate for you at a later date, and they may not. Have faith it's going out to someone who needs to hear it, even if it is not you. Use your logic, your discretion, your discernment. Separate what is meant for you and what is not. I come at this with love and positivity, so please take that away here today. You are responsible for all your own actions and decisions. Let's try and have some fun. To get you some insightful messages, check out that box below for the decks I use, how to contact me for a personal, as well as my social media links. Welcome to the tea party. Let's read your tarot cards. What's up, Aries gang? Welcome to your December mid-monthly tarot reading. We're going to do it a little bit differently. I have already pre-shuffled your cards off camera. Let's hop in right now. So first card out the deck is the Knight of Swords, possibly some air sign energy coming through here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is representing ultimately you and kind of the main hub or the center of the action. So you have a great action card in terms of important communications. With this card, there frequently does indicate like a need for speed, like Top Gun. The fastest moving knight in the deck, right? Nothing travels faster than our thoughts, like we have them rapidly at every second of the day, right? What I assume this is you or something you're hoping for is that person rushing in quickly with important communication. Sorry about that. Hopefully I can get rid of that notification. Sorry, we're just going to roll with this. Anyway, okay, that's going to be annoying. Sorry, I'm going to try and silence my phone. I thought I did. I'm sorry, you guys. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Silent mode. Silent mode is already there. Do not disturb. Let's try that. See if this works. Why do I feel like this isn't going to work? Ugh, annoying. I'm so sorry, guys. What I see you rushing into is potentially something, I'm kind of hearing like hedonistic, only because the Devil card is showing up there. So, this is going to drive me nuts. Let's try that. Let's try that. I need to refocus my energy. That was driving me nuts. All right, we're going to refocus on Aries energy. Aries energy. All right, I see you rushing into something that might not be for your best and highest good. It's possible that this may have to do with either a Capricorn rushing into you or vice versa, or acting impulsively or even hot-headedly. The thing is, I actually think this may, just given the cards in front of me here, I think this may actually have to do with a reconciliation of the past or hoping for one. In your past energy, what you sort of have showing is the High Priestess. So this is a huge card about following your intuition. I think your intuition is kind of nudging you to communicate something to someone, whether this is your ex-husband or your ex-wife or your, whoever, the person you're crushing on. I'm only hoping that you sort of understand to do it in a healthier vibration. So I know that that's kind of I'm casting a wide net with that. I would say make sure you're not going in impulsively without thinking through the potential outcomes, just so you don't set yourself up for disappointment. The thing is, I actually think that this communication is very necessary. And for some of you, it's very harmless. You're just hoping on a Capricorn, right? That's fine too. But I am sort of getting that this is someone you had either trouble with in the past, or there's a reason why it didn't take off before. This could even be something with a job, but I have to be honest, for most of you, this seems more romantically based. I think in the past you withheld, you were silent. That's frequently what the High Priestess is. She is the direct recipient of messages from gods, from source, from spirit, but she's not vocal, right? She keeps it to herself. It's within her intuition, right? Very kind of feminine, receptive energy. The way I sort of describe this position here with where the King of Cups is resting is almost like your highest vibration when you're firing on all cylinders. You're utilizing your mind, your body, your spirit. You're thinking about the logic, the emotions, the intuition. When everything is good for you and you guys are rock solid in your beautiful Aries way, you know that you need to open up emotionally and not only be receptive, but also be, I'm almost wanting to say, more assertive in what you want in an emotional capacity. You have very strong water, almost, like honestly, if we're building a tower, the foundation is emotions, then we kind of lost it in the middle, and then at the top we're coming back with, I will say, a maturity. It's not messy emotions. It's not trying to give your cup of love to everybody. It's not wanting to only receive and not give. There's a very mature nature to the King of Cups in the highest vibration, but it does say you're going to have to be a little bit vulnerable, and maybe that's what is uncomfortable for some of you. Maybe the idea of really expressing truly from the heart space. If it's not uncomfortable, maybe it's just been difficult, particularly regarding this person of the past. And keep in mind, it could be platonic love. This could be about your family or your best friend. I am sensing for a lot of you it's romantic, but again, if it fits in your life in a certain context, by all means, it's your story. Take it and run with it. So yeah, in your highest vibration, it's like, okay, I think we got to open up to love again, or this could even be kind of make peace with someone. Because it's coming up as the King of Cups, though, I almost think this is something that has been established, and again, maybe there was a breakup or some emotional distance, but this doesn't seem brand new. There's really no pages, there's no aces. This is the king. So the king of love, the king of spirituality, the king of emotions, the king of, creativity, however you want to say it, right? He's able to be vulnerable and not be too in his head about it, because he understands that in order to give and receive love, you have to be truthful with where your heart is at. And that's sort of what I think universe is nudging my Aries to do. Obviously, to a person or from a person who you hold in high regard, right? Who you view as a king, not necessarily who you view as the devil, right? For most of you, though, again, this could be indicating a Capricorn, or it could almost be an obsession with the thought. If you've been holding back and wanting to communicate something, it could be that try as you might to avoid it or disassociate from that person or not think the thoughts. The thing is, I sense that a lot of you will feel a lot better. You will heal from a situation when you finally move forward and express something that needs to be expressed, again, emotionally, from the heart space. The devil, more than likely, above everything else, whether you're dealing with a Capricorn or not, it's probably saying fear is holding you back from saying the thing you need to say. Because again, maybe you were hurt by this person. Maybe you don't want to be vulnerable. It coming up is almost like your fears is, well, what if they block me? What if I get rejected? I also think too, though, this is saying in your goals, you should open yourself up. You should let your guard down, Aries, because I don't know why, I just kind of get a vibe from that. If you were to communicate with this person, I think it would bring healing, because I'm sort of sensing that both of you are single. You may be dealing with a Virgo as well. There's something coming through with healing something with a Virgo, but it doesn't have to be that. Or again, especially a female earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. As I said, we got a lot of Capricorn. You have a lot of signs, so let's not worry too much about zodiac signs, but tell me one more on this Two of Swords, please. Again, this is a card of trusting your gut, trusting your intuition. Some of you, it could be that you're needing to express moving on from a person who is very toxic, right? It doesn't have to be coming together with love, but it is speaking your emotional truth, because it will bring joy to your life. It will bring happiness in some sense, whether you are cutting this person out of your life or moving forward with a huge emotional offer. I could see that too. I think it would do you well to relieve yourself of holding back. There's such a restraint from something that really needs to be said, but there's a lot of cards here that are like, I want to, but I can't, and like a lot of worrying about not taking action on what you need to take action on. I see a lot of my Aries is feeling kind of sad right now. There's kind of like I'm hearing the word monotone, but that's not what I was going to say. There's like a melancholy type vibe to a couple of these cards. Interestingly enough, you do have a divine pairing here. You have the Hierophant and the High Priestess, so Taurus and Cancerian energy. You certainly could be dealing with one. This is sort of like there's a cup in front of you. There's that cup of love, right? It's coming in from the universe, but you're so worried on things that have already transpired in your emotional journey thus far. It could be that these cups are no longer available to you. It could be someone who's no longer in your life. It's also saying that perhaps something has spilled, something you feel like you can't get back, but it doesn't mean there aren't other good things out there for you. Now, again, this could have to do with two entirely different people, or it could be one and the same, because FYI, bottom of the deck is Judgment, which almost always talks about looking back to the past and wrapping something up that still has loose ends. So again, up to you in your story if this is, hey, I love you and I want to be with you, or you know what, this isn't good for me, I think it's time to cut it off once and for all. No matter what you choose to do, Aries, your outcome is happiness, joy, revival, renewal, feeling young again, feeling like a burden is gone, a weight has been lifted. So I think your your advice card is the Four of Cups, like, how long are we going to stay in this kind of uncomfortable zone? And I always say in tarot too, fours are a comfort zone, right? You know, fours are steady. We think of the four corners of a house. It's solid. It's a good jumping off point. But the longer we stay in the fours, right, eventually we outgrow them. And I think universe is saying, like, you can avoid it, but it's going to be nagging and eating away at you. It's almost like I'm afraid to speak my truth, but I'm also afraid of what happens when I do. I'm afraid of like the potential outcome. So I do think the King of Cups is very brave. I think he takes risks emotionally. He puts himself out there knowing that as long as I'm honoring my truth, I have faith that good things will come to me. And I think that's what universe is trying to get you to see too. I understand that it's a little bit out of your territory. It's a little bit out of your comfort zone, especially if it has to do with maybe reaching out to someone who you feel like there was a mischance with or a misconnection. I'm just saying, you got a divine pairing here. And not only that, the Hierophant is the card of marriage, of commitment, of tradition, that sometimes conformity, right? Which I know that word scares everyone, conformity, right? It could just be saying, looking at a relationship in terms of it going places throughout the years, not just kind of like fleeting feelings that there's like an emotional ups and downs. It's like, all right, I'm in it for the long haul if you are. You have a couple fours. You also have the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, it's safe to not have to take risks, but think about the toll it's taking on you mentally. Again, this Devil card, I'm sensing it represents a lot of fear for some of my Aries. So don't be offended by that, right? I come at this with positivity. There's no judgment here, but yeah, Aries, you're about to be the center of attention. You're about to be the star. And I actually think in this message specifically, something about that makes you tremendously uncomfortable. It could be that you've recently had to block another Aries or an Aquarius, or the opposite coming up in your fears. If it's not your hopes of getting this person back, it's your fears is that someone may disconnect from you. For some of you, this may even have to do with addressing something with your father, and I'm sort of getting your father and his girlfriend. So there, you might be, a child of divorce or something like that, and maybe there's some healing that needs to be brought. Yeah, especially to like the stepmom vibe. I'm sort of getting that. You may be at odds with someone in the family, especially if it's someone who's married into the family but isn't like a blood relative. It could be that there were some harsh words exchanged, some lower vibrational thinking, right? And now it's kind of like you're having to bring healing to that in some capacity. Sorry. Good Lord, my computer's throwing me for a loop today. Yeah, you're about to be the star. You're about to be the center of attention. I almost see that as a metaphor of there's a spotlight shining on you, and it's like you're on the stage by yourself with a microphone and it's your turn to speak. So I think universe is saying, go ahead, say something, rather than staring at the audience just like, just say something. I think the words will come to you intuitively. I think it's already all within you. It's just that scary step of finally expressing it to the proper recipients. So for a lot of you, I see what's coming into your immediate future is healing, especially with, again, a Capricorn or a Virgo, but it could be any zodiac sign, especially with a female too. So this could be a best friend, this could be a sister, this could be your girlfriend, right? Same-sex couples included, right? Give me one more on that. But there's a stroke of good luck. I'm seeing a little bunny rabbit, which to me is always like the lucky rabbit's foot. Because here's the thing, even if there has been some sort of emotional distance here, at one point in time, there was tremendous loyalty to each other or someone in this, because you may have a few people coming up here, and you definitely do. There is a sense of loyalty. And I am sort of getting for a lot of you, this could have to do with a family dynamic, where as much as you guys may argue and fight, you always kind of have each other's back. Like when shit gets real, right? And it's like, it's about the things that matter most. If a family reached out to you and said, listen, I'm in a bind, I need help, I think most of you would come in like, let me know what you need, I'm right here. That I see as being very positive, assuming you're not dealing with anyone who has been, abusive in any sense of the word. I certainly wouldn't condone, going back to that or entertaining it, but it's your life, Aries, things are complicated. I don't know all the details here, but there's healing, especially with a female. And maybe this female is you, right? It's very possible, especially if you have strong earth in your chart, Aries, if you are a moon or an earth moon sign or a rising earth sign, something of the sort. There's communication. Some of you, there's a Pisces who's trying to bust through and connect with you, or vice versa. You may be trying to overcome some obstacles in order to get to the Pisces, especially the female Pisces. Yeah, and one or both of you is wanting to move forward and make love offers. Again, 2 cards of Pisces here, and you have Venus and Virgo twice. So again, Venus, the planet of love and balance and harmony, relationships, love, romance, compatibility, partnership. Again, same-sex couples especially, there's definitely 2 females wanting to be seen here. And as I said, this whole storyline with like the mother-in-law or the stepmom or the stepsister, something about that is important for some of you. So how do you see yourself right now? I see you as Again, I'm trying to be gentle because I don't want to offend you, but there's almost something you're kind of kidding yourself in terms of, well, I don't think about them and I don't need them. When it really comes down to it, I sense a heaviness or a sadness of at minimum, something that you really just need to express. I think the longer you hold on to it, it's almost like you're poisoning the waters, right? If cups represent our emotions and our feelings, it's like water needs to flow, it needs to breathe, it needs to be in the sunlight, right? If you hold a cup of water there, it's just going to get stagnant. It's going to start to smell. It's going to mold and grow bacteria. So the longer you wait on this, you can wait as long as you want, but I almost think that Spirit is advising you to just put yourself out there. Worst case scenario, at least you're not holding on to this anymore, and essentially it's like freedom. You freed yourself from holding on to that baggage. Again, Judgment says to me this may be about a family dynamic. Do you see how in this card it's definitely like mother, father, and child, or man, woman, child, however you want to say it. If it's not family related, it could be a complicated situation with an ex where a third party came into it. Sometimes this card can be like the other woman. So here's the thing, for some of my Aries, you may have let go of your person or your person may have broken up with you. I sense that it's possible that for some of you, you know that your person is already kind of dating around. Could you heal this? Potentially. I certainly wouldn't instigate any third party stuff, but I'm going to stick to what I said, that you will feel better when you say that thing that you need to say. Again, as long as it's in a higher vibration. I would not recommend going in hot-headed and trying to offend somebody or insult them or tear somebody a new one, because it's a waste of your time. You know, there's healthier ways to exorcise that from your internal being, right? If you're holding on to some yucky, resentment, grudgy type feelings, by all means, get rid of that, but punch a pillow, go to the gym and work it off. I just think that nothing that was done to you in terms of an unfair power dynamic or, heartbreak, somebody who really hurt you. I'm not justifying that should have happened to you. What I am saying is that you need to take responsibility for how you respond to that and do something healthy with those unsettled feelings or emotions. For some of you, it's like, I'm almost getting your impulse is to reach out to someone with some harsh words about how could you do that, and I loved you so much and you broke my heart. Spirit is saying, can we just cut the BS and actually get to the point, which is I miss you and I want you back? Because I think under this guise of I'm mad at them, I think you're mad at them because you don't want them, you don't want to lose them, is what I'm saying here. So again, I'm not trying to beat up on you. I would just be very honest, and you might get your wishes, you might get your dreams, or you may end up getting some knowledge that will make you more something about build your foundation stronger, so the next time you go after love, you're going to know what you want this time, and you're going to learn your lessons, right? Swords, you're going to know how to respond differently and maybe not act on impulse or not I don't know, whatever kind of went wrong in this. The thing is, I see a lot of you repairing this. Dare I say, even though your person may be dating or on the apps, or maybe you've seen them on social media once or twice with someone else, I wouldn't jump to any conclusions, because this to me says you're the one coming up with the marriage card. So unless you're the one who's married, which maybe that's the case, Aries, I'd be careful with that. Again, I certainly can't advocate instigating any type of third party stuff. I just can't ethically do that as a reader, but I'm not naive. I understand that happens, and I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying, if you are really hoping to clear the air with this person, I would come in at a time where there isn't outside interference. Do you understand what I'm saying? How other people see you is, I'm almost getting from this declining other offers because you have your eyes set on the person of the past. So if you don't, Aries, this probably isn't your story, and unfortunately it won't be every time, but there's a huge message here of no matter who's approaching you with messages, you're still kind of pining after the one that got away, or the one that you let get away, only you've recently had a change of heart. It could be that you freed yourself from some sort of toxic behavior or toxic lifestyle, something that, again, just negative. It was kind of bringing down your vibe. Maybe you weren't in a healthy place to receive love in the past. And so here's the thing, it didn't pass you by. I see this very much as it was divinely guided. Whether an offer was made to you or vice versa, it didn't stay in your life for a reason, because this says to me, you were in your 4s. You had some major growing to do, as did your person, very likely. So I'm going to say again, not all is lost here. If you want to try and reconcile, for some of you, I see it working out. Others of you, I still think that moving forward with some important, heartfelt communications would serve you well, because it will liberate you. You will no longer feel like you are stuck in the mental prison, or a prison of your unsettled emotions or feelings. These are cards of liberation and freedom. And I don't have to tell you guys, the Sun card is great. It's happiness, it's warmth, it's creativity, it's honoring your inner child. It's moving on and recognizing life isn't that bad after all. This is the outcome if you were to kind of, I'm not saying take exact action on this because again, it's different for everyone, but if you were to sort of open yourself up to receive these messages and then think about how you want to utilize them in your life, if at all, potentially the sun comes out of this, which is huge amounts of optimism. If this is a relationship that you're just looking to make peace with and not engage in romantically, potentially up the road for you, Aries, there might be a Leo in your future, whether that's romantic or, a friendship, whatever that is. Your final advice or guidance, though, is opportunity is knocking. Are you going to take advantage of it? That Four of Cups, it's floating in the air. It's like universe is like kind of tossing it your way. They're just ready for you to take initiative to step up and take it, to receive that offer. And I will say Ace of Cups is always a nod to honoring ourselves, loving ourselves, honoring, again, our emotions, our intuitions, our feelings about something. Do not, under any circumstances, let fear hold you back, whether you decide to, again, engage with a person of the past or not. For a lot of you, again, it's family, and it might be both, right? This message could go a few different ways. I think whatever the opportunity is, you need to move forward confidently and courageously, but it will involve being vulnerable. I see no choice but to embrace this sort of emotional journey with someone or multiple people. That's what I see here. This could even be an ex-wife or an ex-husband that maybe you don't want to be with them, but maybe there's something about it where it's always left you feeling a little bit, So it could just be, it's the holidays, spreading warmth and joy and compassion to those you love. This could just be, writing someone a Christmas card saying you're thinking about them and that you miss them. It doesn't have to be crazy complicated, but I see this as bringing healing to your life as well as a relationship that it's been burdensome on you, all right? That's what I see, Aries. Let's pull you an oracle card. Yeah, something with an Aquarius is coming through here very strongly. Card number 17, the Star. It's like the spotlight's on you. What are you going to say? For some of you, there may even be an unusual circumstance where you end up seeing this person. I don't know if it's in public, or I'm almost getting the idea of like you get past the mic and you have to say something and you weren't ready to. I don't know, it's like you bump into this person at the grocery store and you're like, oh, hi. And it's funny to me because it's Spirit's way of forcing you into something that I think you were really trying to avoid. But I want to be clear, this is safe. If you're worried about the safety or the danger or whatever the situation, this isn't your reading. Okay, like I would never again advise you to get into a dangerous situation. I think you view it as dangerous because a lot of people who will resonate with this, you don't like to be vulnerable. You don't love to talk about your emotions and who you love and what you feel, especially with someone who I think there's a little bit of pain regarding your situation together. So operate in a higher vibration like the King of Cups. Share your emotional truth. Interesting. So your card is soulmate. And I'm not going to beat around the bush. This looks fairly romantic to me. 14 makes me think of temperance, possibly something to do with a Sagittarius. More than likely, it's encouraging you Sagittarius season, which we're coming up on the tail end of it. So get in gear, Aries. The time is now. That's what this says to me. For a lot of you, it is romantic. And it's possible that you guys may reconnect with this person over the holidays. And at minimum, I do see there being some sort of peace offering to one another. For some of you, it could take off with flying colors. You may get back together and life is good again. Others of you, there's going to be kind of a bittersweet lesson of when you have something good, don't let it go. And again, I'm not a believer if you ever really miss out on what is yours. It's possible that you reach out to this person and say they do have, a significant other. I don't know. I almost kind of feel like if you wait a few more months, something may or may not shift. But you guys know my drill. Never put your life on pause for someone else. Keep focusing on you and living your best life. And hey, when opportunity knocks, then take advantage of it. And if it doesn't, understand that those obstacles are there for a reason, okay? And then help from above, 27. So yeah, spend more time in your faith and your spirituality. Look at that big old moon, that intuition. So I'm being called to remind you that honor your intuitive feelings, right? Again, High Priestess is like the depiction or the physical depiction of our intuition, right? She's the, how do you say it? Like the female embodiment of our intuition, even for my males out there. It's very closely tied to feminine energy. So if you're feeling a little bit lost and confused, quite literally take a time out. Take a time out and spend some time talking to your angel guides, your source spirit, whatever you believe in, right? Because they will help you to find the correct path, find the answers about kind of getting together some sort of game plan or action plan on how you want to approach this tricky situation, because you can do it. You can do it. It's going to take a little bit of confidence and bravery, and again, operating from a high vibrational place where you are saying what you feel. That's the key to this entire thing. But your angel guides are looking out for you, Aries. They have not forgotten about you, okay? 2 and 7 is the 9. Again, something about this Virgo, possibly a Virgo woman, maybe a mother, a stepmother, a sister, a best friend. Earth energy here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then 9, again, the 9th house is Sagittarius. So I don't have any, other than this, I don't really have any other Sagittarius cards, but these two are kind of indicating Sagittarius to me. So take it if it resonates. Aries, thank you so much for joining me today. I think that's what I got for you. These are just mid-monthly check-ins. I will see you very soon for more Little Sips, Mini Love Tarots. If you made it this far, please like, share, subscribe. Last but not least, I tried something different this time. I pre-shuffled cards off camera. I feel like it helps move the messages along faster. So if you're into that, let me know. If you dislike it, that's fine. I am opening it up to some constructive criticism, but tell me why you prefer it or why you don't. And we'll see if we end up using this moving forward. Other than that, I will see you soon. Happy holidays. Bye, Aries.